Hi everyone, I'm trying this for the first time, so I really hope it works. Let me know how you feel about it. Today we're going to take notes over monohybrid cross, and that's just a regular little Punnett square that you remember from middle school. So if you look at your notes, it says recessive traits only expressed when the genotype of an organism is homozygous recessive or pure. So homo means what? Should write it down, it's same. And recessive is little. So in order to see a recessive trait, you have to have something that is a small letter twice, like this. The next thing is that dominant traits are expressed as long as the dominant allele is present in the genotype. Those are letters. So either homozygous dominant, which would be the same letter but big, or heterozygous, which is one big letter and one little letter. That's how you see a dominant trait. Some other vocabulary. Homozygous is the same thing as pure bred. Like I'm sure you've heard of a purebred dog. It means that all of the traits are the same. Heterozygous is the same thing as hybrid. Like a hybrid car is part gas and part electric. So like that. The first question says, in pea plants, tall, big T, is dominant to short, little t, plant height. Determine the phenotype for each genotype below. So phenotype would be a physical characteristic or something that you can see or observe. So there's two big T's here, so that means that it is tall. Good. This genotype is heterozygous, but as we discussed earlier, if you see a dominant letter anywhere, the dominant allele shows. So this is tall. These are two little t's, so it's homozygous recessive, which means that the recessive trait can show. So this is short. And you can do this both ways. So it says brown eyes, big B, are dominant to blue eyes, little b. Given the following phenotypes, determine the possible genotypes. So we know that genotypes are represented by letters. So for brown eyes, there are two possible genotypes. There's big B, which is homozygous dominant, and the heterozygous form, which is big B, little b. Blue eyes is a recessive trait, so the only way to see it would be to have a homozygous recessive genotype. So little b, little b. Rewind or pause as necessary so that you can understand. The next key point. In a Punnett square, the genotype of two parents are placed on the top and left-hand side, symbolizing the gametes produced from meiosis. So we know that gametes are haploid, meaning that you only get one letter from each parent in each box. So it says to set up a Punnett square with the given genotypes. So here's my square. And then we look for the problem here. It says one parent is big R, little r, and one parent is little r, little r. And then all we have to do is cross them in the box. So this letter and this letter meet in this box. These two alleles meet in this box. This allele and this allele meet in this box. And this one meet in this box. Please notice that the capital letter or the dominant allele always goes first in the box. Okay. So that's the way to set it up when you're given a genotype. The other way to set something up is if you are given a phenotype. So here it says a heterozygous tall plant is crossed with a homozygous short plant. Heterozygous means different. So we should have big T, little t. If you don't know where I got these letters, you can look up here. That's where I'm getting them. And then a homozygous short plant. So homozygous is same, and short is recessive. So that means we need two little t's. It says draw and label a Punnett square, and then circle the gametes. So here's my Punnett square. And then we're going to put these parents on it. So big T, little t, little t, little t. Like that. Then all we have to do is cross it. You try it first. Okay, so you should have big T, little t, little t, little t, big T, little t, little t, little t. Then it says to circle the gametes. So these are gametes. There are 4 in total. Next key point, the offspring produced in a Punnett square are results of fertilization. So this gamete meeting with this gamete would mean that this box is an offspring. Or a child. So the next question says, how many offspring are produced in the Punnett square above? So we count 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to practice as a group. So I'm going to stop the video and we'll come together to do this part.